one of the TSF members, he was in the driveway. He knew for a fact that he couldn't even pull out the driveway quick enough. He tried to put it in park. Once he tried to put it in park, he already saw them pull up. Dude come right to the window. Get out the car. Keep your hands where I can see him. He threw everything down. He instantly moved to the back, hopped right out. Y'all gotta really look at this, man, because the dudes that was inside of that garage was the ones who real life, them could have been the ones who real life, one of them could have got sent up right then and there because how they was moving. You supposed to real life just get on the ground. You don't supposed to try to run out the other door. Sauce Walka realized he could have kept the whole TSF to himself, like where the few people who was in his circle and they realized could have took off and not had to deal with nobody who realized would have ended up turning up snitching on them. But they said it came from Gunna, and they said everything that happened in Houston with Duke the Jeweler, everything that happened in Houston with Takeoff, it brought eyes on everybody who basically was rapping, who's basically a prime suspect to be in a gang.
Men behind bars facing federal charges as part of a joint operation to crack down on violent offenders in the Houston area. Thank you for joining us. I'm Keith Garvin.
And I'm Daniela Guzman. And KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is live at the downtown federal courthouse with some new details about this big bust. Bryce?
Keith and Daniela, we've learned tonight from the FBI that more than 200 personnel, tactical teams from all across the state, came in and surrounded the homes of these 14 accused criminals, arresting them at 6 o'clock in the morning.
We know for a fact that everybody in Atlanta, they sitting back looking like, hold on, was this a retaliation for what happened to Takeoff? Like, people sitting back, they asking questions now. People sitting back, they looking at it like, hold on, man. Y'all doing too much. Like, is it a beef between, like, real life, Houston and Atlanta? We thought y'all was cool. Why is it that y'all going back and forth with all these situations? And this happened right after the Takeoff.
For the second time in 2 months, the FBI announcing a group of arrests. The special agent in charge of the Houston division says target violent crime.
For every criminal that we take off the streets, that's one less person being victimized.
Early Wednesday morning, FBI tactical teams helped arrest 14 men indicted for federal violations like and unlawful possession of a firearm.
Well, it seems like everything comes full circle, so if you guys don't understand what was basically going on, Gunna was indicted on a Rico charge or YSL, this and that, and essentially Gunna, what a lot of people think is he snitched to get out. Now, Sauce Walka went on a huge thing saying that, oh, Gunna's been a snitch. I called it a while ago. They got me thrown off my BET freestyle because I was dissing Gunna being a snitch, and then he made these videos essentially explaining that he'd rather FaceTime his daughter from prison than snitch. Well, almost 14 members of Sauce Walka's TSF in Houston, Texas have been indicted on a Rico charge. So far, he has not been arrested, but I'm not sure. I guess I'll give you an update if we know. So, more than a dozen men are behind bars and facing federal charges as part of a joint operation to crack down on violent offenders in the Houston area. A total of 14 men were jailed after being charged in various crimes, including possession of Glock switch and being a felon in possession of a firearm. The following suspects were taken into custody on Wednesday, and they named, well, the names, Sauce Walka's name isn't in this. FBI Houston Special Agent in Charge James Smith told KPRC2 that FBI tactical teams from around the state came in and more than 200 personnel were spread across the city. They surrounded the homes of accused criminals and arrested them around 6 a.m. on Wednesday.
And it's sad because Sauce Walka was one of the ones who realized he said back he didn't want people all in his business like that, but he kept too many people around him. Like, real talking, these the facts of what's really going on. You can't have these people in your circle. You got too many people in your circle. That's when certain things happen that you can't get up out of. People real live will bring drama to you. You ain't got to go to it. At the end of the day, we know this for a fact.
He also quoted to say, for every criminal that we take off the streets, that's one less person being victimized. A federal grand jury returned the 11-count indictment on December 7th for federal violations, including...
Like, it was 11 counts. Like, y'all gotta understand, this include all type of stuff. It was so many people who got booked, and it was people who got booked. It was 2, 3 of them in the same car when they got arrested. I want y'all to look at this, man.
Drug trafficking and unlawful possessions of a firearm. Guns and drugs. There are few violent.
Like, the stuff that they got going on, this is the stuff that we all know for a fact that is gonna lead them down the wrong route. And we all know for a fact what just happened with Takeoff. Takeoff was in the wrong city. He was in the wrong environment with the wrong people. Like, y'all gotta understand that they didn't bring up J. Prince Jr. name because J. Prince Jr. they waiting to get him. That's the big fish. I want y'all to really understand what's going on. And J. Prince Sr. sit back and he said what really happened. He said how they tried to real live make it seem like Gunna was the one, but real live they already been watching TSF. Like, you gotta understand this, man. Really pay attention to it, cause a lot of people sit back and really don't know like what's really going on. But if you really put your finger on it, you will really pay attention to everything that's going on, because the people who was arrested, them the main people who basically Sauce Walka didn't want. He did, like, you know, the situations that Sauce Walka got into in the past. So it's people that could tell on him now. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Hey, y'all read the thumbnail. Hey, y'all saw the thumbnail, y'all read the title. Hey, y'all gotta pay attention to everything that's going on, because I got some breaking news for y'all today, man. Sauce Walka and the whole Sauce Factory, TSF, man. You gotta understand, man, they've been hit with multiple Rico charges due to everything that's been going on out in Houston. And I want y'all to know that they brought up Duke093 name, and they brought up J. Prince Jr. as a person of interest. Like, I want y'all to pay attention to what's really going on. Sauce Walka could have realized, he could have covered his tracks, man, better than how they did, man. They realized, put themselves in a messed up situation, and it all goes back to everybody who they realized trusted. I want y'all to look at the fact that Sauce Walka, boy, one of his homies, boy, just got knocked off, boy. They just sent Buddy up. Y'all got to look at this, man, because everybody in Houston paying attention to the fact that everybody who told on them, it was 13 people. Y'all gotta understand, they mentioned Sauce Walka as the person who basically was the ringleader of everything that went on. So I want y'all to really pay attention to what's going on, man. People sit back and look at this from a whole different perspective, but you have to really be mindful of what's going on. Sauce Walka, he really think that Gunna was the one who real life gave the tip on everything that was going on. Couldn't nobody have known what literally happened until Gunna literally got released. Everything that went on, it dates back to when Gunna was going through his plea deal. Y'all need to open y'all eyes and realize what's really going on, because if everybody get booked, who else gonna be out here to realize, sit there and realize, put the music out that people need to hear? Sauce Walka made a comment on the Duke093 situation, and I think this kind of brought him into, like, basically the light. Like, again, a lot of people sit there. If y'all don't know what happened with Duke093, Duke093 was a Chicago jeweler. He was around 26 years old, man. He realized had his own business going on, and he realized had his stuff going for him, and he was traveling back and forth, basically selling rappers jewelry, giving rappers pieces, and a lot of people thought that he was sweet because he was coming with basically no real security, just like everybody else who's coming to Houston. Sad to say, he did one thing that everybody else did, like Takeoff. RP Duke093, RP Takeoff. Takeoff came out there, checked in. You feel me? They said he didn't check in. Duke093 came out there, checked in. He never checked out. Like, real talk, man. Somebody ran up on Duke. I want y'all to pay attention to what's going on. And Charleston White made a good explanation on how people take things for granted, and how some people really need to sit back and analyze what's really going on, so that they can have a real understanding of, basically, you can't be trusting these rappers out here, because a lot of them real life wanted to be in their spot. And I'm gonna let you know from first hand, from the horse's mouth. This peso, he finna tell everything that's going on.
Ain't what you think it is. On another note, if Pink gonna make about everything, feel me? All I know is I'm on the way to go buy some real estate. You feel me? So y'all being negative, wanna be mean to a nigga. I'm on the way to go buy some real estate. Feel me? I'm with the family.
And he's saying basically that he not down with the Rico. He realized saying that his name ain't mentioned in the Rico. He said that they told on everybody but him. He said he with the family now. He say he finna realize just invest in real estate and stop rapping as a whole. I want y'all to understand, man, Peso was one of the ones who sat back there and kept the whole TSF together when everybody tried to lead TSF. And people know this.
Y'all rappers, man, sit your ass down somewhere, man. It ain't looking good out here. If you rap and you in the streets, get out the streets, man. If you rap, stay out the streets, man. Straight up, like, the feds is coming. The feds are coming, man. Get up out of there, man.
A dozen men behind bars facing federal charges as part of a joint operation to crack down on violent.
And this is something that we all know for a fact that they thought they was going to get away easily, but it didn't happen like that.
Possession of a firearm.
Guns and drugs, they fuel violence.
Like they feel that these people is the main ones who really got them to even crack down on them because it was too many people who was moving around loose. And you know for a fact that TSF, they realize they loud when they go in public. Everybody know that's them because they make it be known. And when you make things be known like this, eyes start watching and people start being on your bumper. You really got to look at this, man, from a whole different perspective because some people don't really know that when you really take everything that you done did and you really look back on it, you be like, dang, I wonder would this catch up with me. Like, you got to look at everybody who played a role in that because it was multiple people who was even entwined with the TSF Rico. Like, Gunna, he did what he did. He got out early. He realized got to go back and basically snitch again on Young Thug in front of the courtroom. Young Thug still booked. So we all know this. And one thing you got to understand, it was previous beef between Sauce Walka and the whole Young Thug, YSL. He realized he went off on them so bad to the point where he brought up the fact that they was running from YFL and Lucci now. I want y'all to really look at this, man, because we can all really sit back and look at this, man, be like, 13 people was charged? 13? Like, people sit back and look at this and people be like, hold on, that's too many people. You feel me? At the end of the day, it's too many people. We know for a fact that this could easily be avoided if you realize you got to stay out the streets at some point in time. We just talked to his family. They already said, like, man, you need to stay out of the city because if you go in the city, they going to end up locking you up because you got too many connections and you on too many phone calls with these people who real life just got booked. How your crew get booked? You feel me? At the end of the day, man, we all know this, man. And we know for a fact that Gunna, he realized he opened his mouth too soon. And TSF, they realized it's finna heat up right now. It's really finna heat up for Houston, man. And from what FBI saying, everything is acute information right now, and everything is public documented. I want everybody to know that from them even saying that TSF they go back to who owns that company. Like at the end of the day, we know this, man, and we can all really sit back and be like, Sauce Walka better be safe, man. You better keep your I's dotted and your T's crossed, man, because it's a lot of people sitting back looking at it like, boy, this could fall down on you, boy. You can end up getting picked up, getting scooped up last, just like they scooped that homie, boy. At the end of the day, we know this, boy. Like, we know for a fact that everybody who rock with TSF, they send back looking at it like, we gotta we realize gotta stay solid. We gotta stay tight. But we know for a fact that it's always gonna be somebody that fold in these type of situations. And the reason for that being is one thing, the FBI, they already said that it was too many people who got caught with the blicky. If a lot of people didn't get caught with the blicky, it was over 6 people who got caught with moves. If they didn't have them on them, it wouldn't be no Rico because they kept saying it had switches on it. Why would you have switches on it and then get caught with it? Even if your name ain't mentioned in it right now at the moment, boy, you better be safe because you know for a fact how they work, boy. They real life want to sit back and keep their eye on you and see if you going to make another move. What's your next move? Your next move, it got to be your best move because you don't want them people real life coming to get you all because of what your homies did. That's why you real life got to stop hanging around people who don't understand the fact that this is a revolving door, man. We got to understand everything that's been said in this whole Rico indictment should be a clear understanding that you have to be safe when you out there, man. You can't real life be out there moving as if you real life ain't got all these people in your corner. People looking at that. You got all these people. Y'all 20 deep. People want to know what y'all finna do, man. Why is y'all 20 deep and it ain't no concert and nothing going on? Why is y'all 20 deep and ain't really nothing to really happen but something negative? Half the people in his whole camp, they send back looking at it like J. Prince Jr. had to have a hand in this because J. Prince Jr., he just got out of this whole situation. You feel me? With this Takeoff and Duke the Jeweler. He had to have a whole hand in it, man. So people sent back looking at it like, hold on. Did J. Prince Jr. basically, like, did he get a word like he ain't protecting TSF? Like, y'all got to really understand that, man. You got to look at this, man, because TSF rock with Atlanta to a certain extent, but J. Prince Jr. and his whole movement, they realize they go back and forth to Atlanta all the time. And again, Boosie lives in Atlanta, so they realize can't really be out there too much or even out there seeming like they just getting into it with people. Open your eyes to what's really going on because everybody know for a fact that Gunna was going to end up folding. He folded under pressure for one reason. He wanted to come home, boy. I want y'all to know you got to watch who you be around because some people ain't real life genuine. They not thorough because a lot of people, like some people have ulterior motives, some people don't, but some people you have to really be cautious of because their brain, like, they'll be on some, like, you could tell they'll fold under pressure. That's why I always say you gotta watch your surroundings. You gotta watch these dudes y'all just meet. Soon as you meet, dude, he got a homie with him. Like real talk, man. You don't know if they finna do anything. They already said that at the end of the day, they end up putting everything on the whole TSF, but they gonna end up charging the person who started TSF. So y'all gotta really look at that, man. And this coming straight from Houston, and Atlanta is the one who realized sent back like we was cool with them, but now they want to try to keep pulling these stunts. They want to keep trying to beef with us when we realize savages. Too many people know for a fact that Sauce Walka, he don't play those games. Sauce Walka, he realized sit back and he will go to Atlanta and hey, he gonna send it up. Once it's up, it's stuck. He know for a fact that everybody in Atlanta gonna realize tuck their tail as soon as he fly out there. Like we know this, and a lot of people want justice for Takeoff, man. RP Takeoff, RP Duke the Jeweler, man. And like I said, again, this not point no finger at nobody, because Sauce Walka know for a fact of the people in the company that he keep. We all know that everybody you keep around you, they could either be your upbringing or your downfall. People sit back and look at it like Sauce Walka could easily avoid everything that's going on if he'll open his eyes to what's really going on, because his homies, it's your homies, boy.